This is the finale for my 3+ tricks on every single map series. Let's go ahead and get started with map number 1, which is Outback. Our first trick is going to be a C4 spawn toss. You kind of got to thread the needle a little bit for this one. This goes directly into the spawn pretty much 2 seconds after getting off drone, and it's a lot easier than the video suggests. I just have a broken controller. But up next is a much easier trick anyways. These are 2 different angles that can be used both on attack and defense. I'd say typically they will be more strong on attack, but it just depends how the route is going to play out. Just good to be aware of these anyways because they are pretty difficult to counter either way. I think if the bomb chassis wasn't here, it would be a pretty terrible angle, but peeking this is going to be really difficult for the attackers, I can promise you that. Now for this angle, I'm not entirely sure if you'd want to maybe pop a Mira in here or something, but you can see all the way into like the entrance door over on the far side. You can see yellow stairs, anyone crouching down there. Pretty crazy angle. I guess there's a few possibilities, I'm just not entirely sure. Kind of fun. I wouldn't use it while you're defending that site maybe. This is just another one of those tricks where it really depends on how the round is going to play out or how your team is going to set up the site. But this trick, I really love this one for defending party. You stick your echo drone up in this drone hole, which the attackers will never use, I can promise you. And you pretty much have something in your pocket that can stop a plant late in the round. You can also get a lot of sound cues off of this as well. Like this is a heavily contested area, so it's really great to have. You can also stuff a Valkyrie cam up there and maybe do a pre-placed C4 from below. But that's going to be the last trick for Outback, and then we're going to move on to skyscraper. Our first trick for this map is just a pretty simple grenade lineup that goes through the dragon drone hole. Just line yourself up just like I do in the video. I can only truly see this being useful at the beginning of a round if you have info that someone's still setting up in dragon, but it's just a really cool idea. It can't be too functional because of how situational it is, but I've always enjoyed this one. Now, we're moving on to something extremely toxic. This is a smoke canister lineup that lands directly on the stairs at the helipad spawn. Throw this instantly, pop it, and you're gonna have operators walking to the map with like 40 HP missing. This one is just disgusting. I love it. I also think this is one of the tricks that I'm gonna include when I make this like forbidden trick series, so stay tuned for that as well. And then what you're seeing now is just an angle from the first floor kitchen area to basically the rotate near karaoke. I would maybe do this with an Ash or maybe a Zofia if you can control that recoil, but just a interesting concept because you can definitely catch people off guard. This was also one of the areas where I really still wish we could cook grenades from below. Now our final trick for skyscraper is just a really silly pre-placed C4. You're not going to find this from below or anything like that, so it's pretty safe to place. Maybe pair this with a Vault Cam, Echo Cam, Maestro, whichever you want. Now let's move on to theme park, and this map is going to have actually some of my favorite tricks out of the whole video, so check this out. If you've ever played defense on initiation, you know that they plant behind this little shrine thing, and it is basically impossible to take them out unless you make holes in the floor here, because you can toss a C4 and it pretty much lands right behind that shrine. This is also a very common spot for a Mira, so if you hop over to attack and play, let's say, Daedalus with a pistol, you can throw a grenade through those same holes and accomplish the same effect. I would recommend not doing this if you have a broken controller though, like me, because it is pretty difficult to line up quickly. Now next up is 2 different zero spots from the same window that are super effective. You got a nice little flank cam for the dragon hallway, as well as a way to take out anything affecting the yellow stairs wall. Moving forward, we have one of my favorite C4 lineups. You jump on the box here, bust out the floor. You're going to throw your C4, it'll go through the little decorative railing at the very top and land right outside of the dragon door. Alright guys, so we're on to the final map of the entire series. This is going to be Villa. There's a lot more variety in this one, so hope you guys enjoy. Our first trick on the final map is a smoke lineup that goes all the way from trophy to the basically master balk, master window. I thought of this one because I thought it was like insanely difficult to deal with some people peeking this constantly. I think it turned out pretty nice. I also have a shorter video where I do basically the same thing but hit like bathroom window and basically anywhere else through the skylight too, so check that out. And the next trick, I know you're thinking, what on earth is he doing with Grim? This is just a really cool way to basically cover like such a huge area in Astro. I'm even going to show you here, I can get it on the stairs too. And then if you pair this with the next trick I'm about to show, like this is going to be so much easier to take control of Astro. So yeah, just imagine for a second all those bees are covering the entire area. The only place that seems relatively safe is that little desk. But if you use this Flores drone and you bounce it a little further than I did in the video, you're going to take them out too. If you watch one of my earlier videos on Villa, I also have a few other Flores routes that you might like, so check that out too. And another angle from an earlier video is all the way from this bottom red window to the main stairs. I really love this angle. Super easy to do too. Anyways, the next angle that is going to be the final trick in the video is super self-explanatory. If you made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around for the duration of the series. If you haven't seen like the previous parts, definitely go check them out. But otherwise, I am going to conclude this series. It's old, it's done. I'm genuinely so happy to just be done with this. I just got a new monitor, so I'm going to take these tricks into ranked. So no more solo custom games. I'm going to go all out from now on. So please be sure to drop a follow, subscribe, check me out on TikTok and my shorts as well. I am going to do my absolute best to make sure that you guys are fully entertained and you come up with some crazy tricks. So thank you again. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.